Welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to design the component for the dashboard icons, then proceed to design the remaining pages for all the services we offer and that of the user profile. So let's begin. So I'm going to zoom in. We need to give label to each and every one of the icons, right? It's very important. So first of all, we're going to detach it from the auto layout. So remove the auto layout that was there. Then we can now add the labels. So the first one is going to be the dashboard, which is the home. So we're going to take our text tool inside the frame and write dashboard. Okay. So this frame should be one the icons to stay. So select the frame and make sure the auto layout is still not there. So we are going to remove the auto layout. So and increase the height like this. Now this text will go inside the frame of the icons. Okay, that is this frame. So take a text and put it inside this frame like this. All right, so now this text should be 10. And then put it to be light. Then we align it with the home icon and leave it like that. Now, moreover, again, we're still going to update the font size here. Let's scale it down to 20. The dimension of the icon, let's scale it down to 20 by 20. Select the two and also align them. Then you can leave the spacing to just 1. Okay, then that's fine. Then once you are done with that, you can group them together. That is the text and the icon. Group them together. All right, so we're done with that one. So the next thing we're going to do is to go to the transaction page and do the same thing. So icon and scale it down to 20. Okay, then we can take another text tool and write transaction, and should be 40 as well, sorry, 10 as well. So select the two and align them to the center and also leave it to 1. All right, so you can also group them together. The next one, same thing, 20. That is the main frame. And also take your text. Then we're going to write delivery. Okay, select the two together and also align them. Then the spacing here should be 1. Okay, we can now group them together. The next icon too, let's scale it down to 20 and also take our text tool and write products. So select the two and also align them. Excuse me. And reduce the spacing to 1 and group them. Okay, then the last one, which is the user icon, to 20 as well, the dimension. And take your text tool, then you write account. So okay, and take it under the user profile, align them to as well. Then there should be 1. Then you group them together. So once you are done, before you proceed, kindly click the main frame ID. The text and the icon should be in the same frame. Because if it is not in the same frame, it's going to give you issues once you're creating your component. Alright, so now we're going to use this frame to create our component. So what we're going to do now, we will detach it out from the parent frame and go and create our component. So we're taking it out here. So I'm going to update my background color so that you can see it clearly. Alright, so I'm taking it up like this. Alright, let's select this frame and rename it dashboard component. Okay, so select the frame and create component. Then we'll add properties, which is going to be the variant properties, right? And the first one should be the default state, and the second one and subsequent one will now be the one that we're going to modify. Okay, the reason why we're creating the component is to just show an active page that the user is clicked on. So we're going to start from transaction. Home by default should be on an active page, right? So we're going to double click on the home and change the fill of the background to dark. Then we'll click on the icon and change the stroke color to white. So now we're going to go back to the main frame of the home, that is the square frame, and update the corner radius to 50. So this way you can see the home icon is a bit bigger, right? So let's select only the home icon, that is the one with white color. Then take your scale through and scale it down. Okay, so now you can centralize it into the center of the circle. All right, that's fine. So we'll do the same thing to the other ones. Now before you make any changes in the second one, how many icons we have? We have 5 of them, right? So now we're going to create all the component for the 5, so the variation. So we'll go to a variant and add more, then add more, continue to add until we achieve the last one. So and we add one more again. There are 5, right? 1 2 3 4. So now they are complete. So when user click on transaction, the transaction icon page should be active. So we're going to update the background to black and change the corner radius to 15. Then select only the icon and update the color to white. You can take your scale to as well and scale it down to fit in the circle. Now you can centralize it into the center of the frame. So here we don't need this home icon, we delete it. So you can make a duplicate of this. Just make sure before you copy it, you ungroup them first. If not, it's gonna give you issue. So copy only the home icon and come and paste it here. And make sure the alignment remain 1. So we do the same thing to this. Paste it there. And the last one, delete it and paste it there as well. Alright, so you can go back and select this other 2. Group them back. Okay. And the last one, we do the same thing. Alright, so the same thing, the third one, when user click on delivery, the delivery service section should be active. So we're going to change the background field to that and the border radius to 50. And also select the icon Then I will change the fill to height and scale it down as well to fit in the frame. So when you scale it down, go back and choose your selection to then put it into the center of the frame. All right, the next one is the product. Excuse me. So click only the product frame and change the background fill to dark and update the corner radius to 50. So select the icon and also change the fill to height and scale it again to fit in the. So now you can put it inside the frame. And the last one is the user icon. So select it and also update the fill and the corner radius as well. So the icon to height. Then you can also take your scale to scale it down. All right, then you centralize it. Okay. So I think that is perfect. So let's now connect the prototypes together and see how it behaves. So we go to our prototype and come to the second one. This second frame, we connect it to this second main frame. All right. We go to delivery icon and connect it to the third frame and leave it to untap, change to variant 3. So you can rename the variants once you are done. It's done. Okay. So go to product and connect it to product page and go to user and connect it to user page. Now once the user here, they may want to roll over, right? So now the product page, we're going to connect it to the product again, and the delivery page, we connect it back to delivery, transaction, connect it back to transaction, home, connect it back to home. So similarly here, user profile, connect it back to here. It's already on product page. So delivery, connect it back to delivery, transaction, to the transaction, home, back to home. Then the next one, home again, back to home, transaction, back to transaction, is already on delivery page, products back to product page, accounts back to account page. And the same thing here, accounts back to account page, products back to product page, delivery back to delivery page. We're just connecting the icon to the active icon sections. So then transaction is on transaction page now, right? Then home to home. So we are done with that. So that is complete. So you can go back to your variants and see if you have one or two things to modify so that it will look neat. So go to your variant and change the names under the interaction. So otherwise you can leave it as it is. So we're going to zoom out and cut this component, go and paste it on our component page here. Alright, we are done with that. So let's go back to our design page and zoom out. So I'm going to revert back my color of my page to dark. So this is our frame, right? So go back to our assets and bring in the component we just designed. So to the assets, to the frame like this, and align it to the center of the frame. Okay, that is perfect. We are done with that. So let's take a preview and see how it is. So you click on the dashboard and preview it. So should have something like this. So if I click here, you can see. So we're going to connect all the pages and see how it's gonna work. So that is working perfectly. Then one thing again, I think, let's see, everything is working fine. But click on drop down, I can select, I select on it, right? So now the drop down overlay doesn't have it's not making any differences, right? User hardly sees it. So we're going to update the background color of the overlay a bit, so that the user can see it. Then let's close that and go to the overlay. So this is overlay, right? So let's change the background fill to one of these. We have some off-white from our libraries, right? It should be the off-white. So that's fine. So let's test that again. Let's see. Click on the overlay. So this is better. Right, user can now be able to notice it and make selection. So now one more thing. Let's say if I click on overlay and I choose one. Excuse me. Let's kind of what's happening. So if I choose here now, you can see the home indicator is not showing, right? So that is where the icons are not showing on the chart. So we want it to remain fixed across all the 3 pages. So we're going to fix that now. So what we're going to do now, these pages here should be inside the parent page, right? So we just make a duplicate of this and put them inside. That's all. All right. So Alt key and drag. Then you're going to select the inner page content and just delete it. Okay. So you just delete it. Now you can make another duplicate and bring it here. Okay. So this page goes inside here and align it properly. Similarly, you bring this one here and this page also goes in there and also align it properly. All right, so you can now send them to the back if you are not seeing the home indicators. I think this is fine. This one is okay. All right, so let me zoom in and align this page properly. Okay, this is done. So let's bring it closer and bring the other one closer. Okay, so now let's take a review again and see if that is fixed. So now here, if I come on the selection drop down and I choose let's see this, you can see the home indicators, the dashboard icons are there. And if I go to shipping and I select it, they're still there and the icon is there and everything is fixed. So that will be the end of this lecture. Where in the next lecture we're going to design the user profile page and the other ones that follows. See you in the next lecture.